she liked you until she didn't. And the worst part, you probably don't even know what you did to change her mind. Most men lose a woman's attraction not because they're not good enough, but because they do things that silently kill desire. And the truth is, women rarely tell you. They just withdraw. Their texts get shorter, their tone goes colder, and before you know it, you're chasing someone who already checked out emotionally weeks ago. You think it's something you said, but in reality, it's how you made her feel. Attraction isn't built through words, it's built through energy. Women feel your confidence, your focus, your presence, long before they analyze your looks or lifestyle. And when a man starts doing the things I'm about to tell you, her subconscious mind whispers one thing: he's not who I thought he was. See, a woman doesn't lose interest overnight. It fades in moments, when you start explaining yourself too much, when you beg for her attention, when you try to convince her you're a good guy. That energy tells her you've placed her above yourself. And no matter how sweet or honest you are, a woman's biology is wired to feel safe with strength, not validation. What kills attraction faster than anything is a man who trades his masculine center for approval. You might think, I'm just being nice, but what she feels is weakness. Women are drawn to men who lead their own life, who can walk away if respect is gone, who don't crumble when attention fades. This video isn't about tricks or manipulation. It's about truth. And if you really listen, you'll start to understand female psychology in a way most men never do. Because when you know what turns women off, you automatically become the man who keeps their interest burning. So take a breath, sit with this moment, because what I'm about to tell you could change how every woman sees you from now on. Now let's talk about the first silent turnoff that almost every man commits without even realizing it. The first silent turnoff is neediness disguised as effort. You think you're showing her you care, texting her every morning, checking if she got home safe, constantly reassuring her that you like her. But what she feels is that your world revolves around her, and nothing kills attraction faster than realizing a man has no gravity of his own. A woman wants to feel chosen, not chased. There's a difference. When you chase, you put her on a pedestal. When you choose, you stand tall and invite her into your life. One comes from lack, the other from abundance. And women can feel that distinction in your tone, your eyes, and your silence. When a man gives too much too soon, she doesn't think, wow, he's so caring. She thinks, why is he trying to prove himself? Subconsciously, she begins to test you, pulling back, going cold, taking longer to reply, just to see if your world collapses when she stops giving you attention. If it does, she knows you're emotionally dependent. Here's the brutal truth. Love doesn't die because a woman gets bored. It dies because a man stops being a mystery. You reveal every thought, every feeling, every weakness too early, and she loses the tension that fuels desire. That tension isn't toxic, it's primal. It's the balance between closeness and independence. You can love her deeply and still have your own direction. You can care for her without needing her validation. The most attractive man isn't the one who texts the most, gives the most, or tries the hardest. It's the one who could walk away, not out of pride, but self-respect. Because every woman secretly watches how a man behaves when she pulls away. Does he panic? Does he beg? Or does he calmly stay grounded in his own mission? That moment defines everything. It's when she decides whether you're a lover or just another boy looking for approval. So the next time you feel that impulse to overgive or overtext, pause. Let silence work for you. Let her feel the weight of your absence, not your desperation. Because if your presence is powerful enough, she'll come back to feel it again. The second biggest turnoff is when a man loses his emotional composure. Women crave emotional strength, but not the kind that pretends to feel nothing. They want a man who can feel everything and still stay centered. When you get jealous, angry, or defensive too easily, it tells her one thing: you're controlled by emotion instead of commanding it. And that instantly makes her feel unsafe, even if you'd never harm her physically. See? Emotional instability doesn't always look like shouting or anger. Sometimes it's the subtle things, getting cold when she pulls back, sulking when she takes time for herself, or constantly asking, "Are we okay?" Those behaviors come from fear, and women can sense fear faster than words can hide it. You might think showing vulnerability will make her closer to you, and yes, real vulnerability does build intimacy, but there's a difference between sharing your truth and collapsing into it. Vulnerability says, I trust you enough to be real. Emotional chaos says, please fix me. And that difference changes everything. Women test your emotions not because they want to break you, but because they want to see if you can hold space. Can you handle her mood swings without matching her energy? Can you listen to her complaints without trying to win? Can you stand calm when things feel uncertain? That's emotional leadership, and it's rare. Every man who learns this unlocks a quiet power, because women remember how you made them feel when they were emotional. If your presence calms her storm instead of feeding it, she won't forget you. But if your energy mirrors her chaos, she'll feel she has to parent you. And that's where attraction dies. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be still. When she's emotional, don't try to fix her. Just be a calm, grounded mirror. Let her see your peace, and she'll naturally settle into it. Because a woman doesn't fall for a man who has no emotion. She falls for the man whose emotions don't control him. That's what makes her trust you, respect you, and desire you all at once. The third turnoff is when a man forgets his purpose and makes the woman his only focus. At first, she might love the attention. She'll smile when you cancel plans just to see her, when you text that she's your whole world, when you start shaping your life around her. But deep down, something inside her begins to fade, a quiet sense of respect. Because women are drawn to men who have a direction, not men who orbit theirs. You see, a woman's deepest instinct isn't to lead. It's to follow a man who knows where he's going. And when you stop chasing your mission, your goals, your growth, she feels it instantly. You become emotionally weightless, like a man without an anchor. And no matter how much she loves you, her attraction begins to crumble. A woman doesn't want to be your purpose. She wants to add to it. She wants to stand beside a man whose fire is already burning, not be the reason it stays lit. When you sacrifice your dreams just to keep her, you think you're showing love. But what you're really showing is fear. Fear of losing her. Fear of being alone, fear of being forgotten. But here's the truth most men never hear. The moment you make her the center of your world, she starts looking for a man whose world she can enter. That's the paradox of attraction. The more you chase, the faster she runs. The more you hold your ground, the more she's pulled toward your gravity. It's not about ignoring her or acting too cool. It's about living in such alignment with your path that she feels your purpose every time she's around you. When your mission calls louder than her mood swings, she respects you. When your discipline outweighs your desire, she admires you. And when she sees that no woman can distract you from what you're building, she desires you on a level words can't touch. Never apologize for having ambition. Never shrink your goals to make love comfortable. Because a woman can love your heart, but she falls for your direction. Stay on your path, and you'll never have to beg for attraction again. The fourth turnoff is when a man tries too hard to be liked instead of being respected. You can spot it in subtle ways. The man who laughs too quickly at her jokes, the one who agrees with everything she says, the one who hides his opinions just to keep the peace. He's not being kind, he's being scared. And a woman can feel that energy instantly. Because the truth is, women don't fall for men who seek comfort. They fall for men who create certainty. When you suppress your truth to avoid conflict, what she feels is weakness. You stop being a mirror of strength and become a shadow of her approval. You think you're making her happy, but she's losing trust in your masculine edge. Because deep down, every woman asks herself one question: can this man protect me, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually? And if you can't even protect your own boundaries, she knows the answer. Respect always comes before love. Attraction without respect fades like smoke. But respect built through authenticity, through standing firm in what you believe, even if she disagrees, creates an emotional gravity she can't explain. You don't have to argue or dominate. You just have to stand still when she pushes. Speak your truth calmly, without ego or fear. Because the man who can calmly say, "No, I see it differently," carries more power than the one who says, "You're right," just to avoid tension. Here's the paradox. The moment you stop trying to please her, you actually become more attractive to her. When she realizes you have a spine, that your validation doesn't depend on her reaction, her respect deepens. And when a woman respects you, her attraction follows effortlessly. Most men fear losing love by being real, but you only lose false love that way. The kind built on compliance instead of character. The kind that drains you instead of strengthens you. So stop performing. Stop adjusting your truth to fit into her comfort. A woman may test your strength, but she's secretly hoping you'll pass. Because what she really wants is to feel safe in the presence of a man who won't break his own soul just to keep her close. The final turnoff is when a man stops growing. Nothing makes a woman lose interest faster than watching a man stay the same year after year. Same habits, same routines, same excuses. At first, she might tolerate it. She'll even tell herself, "He's trying." But deep down, she starts to feel something colder than anger, disappointment. Because women are emotionally tuned to evolution. They're drawn to movement, progress, ambition, a man who's alive inside. When you stop growing, she feels it as emotional death. Your energy becomes predictable, your presence loses fire, your words sound recycled. And even if she stays, something inside her quietly shuts off. Not because she wants perfection, but because she wants momentum. A man who refuses to evolve becomes emotionally invisible. But here's the beauty in that truth. Growth reignites everything. You don't have to become rich or famous. You just have to keep expanding, learn new things, challenge your comfort, build discipline, become better than the man you were yesterday. That's the real secret of long-term attraction. It's not about keeping her guessing. It's about keeping yourself becoming. Because when a man is on a journey, a woman feels safe to join him. When she sees your hunger for more knowledge, more mastery, more life, she feels inspired, not burdened. Your energy becomes contagious. You remind her what passion feels like, and that's something no material thing can replace. A stagnant man drains her energy. A man in motion awakens it. So if you ever wonder why her eyes lost their spark, ask yourself, have you stopped moving forward? Have you stopped leading your own evolution? Because the truth is, she doesn't need you to be perfect. She just needs to feel your direction. Remember, attraction isn't built in comfort. It's built in growth. Be the man who keeps expanding, not the one who settles. Because every version of you that grows stronger, calmer, and more focused pulls her deeper without a single word. Now, I want to ask you something. Which of these turn-offs have you seen, or maybe even done, without realizing it? Be honest. Type your answer in the comments. And if this video hit something inside you, share it with a friend who needs to hear it right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep becoming the man who never stops growing.